Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. We have got some breaking stuff for you. New documents have been filed against the Biden administration, the DOJ, and the ATF. 23 states in 3 different lawsuits have filed against their new gun show loophole. What effectively this does is this calls them on the carpet and puts the lawsuits on the actual filings against what they've done against our gun rights. This is a big deal, people. Everything will be linked in the description box below, including the actual court documents that I'm about to show you. And while we're here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, beautiful people, what I'm about to show you are some court documents from one of the suits, which has 21 states in it, and then there's 2 individual suits, one from Florida and one from Texas, which I'm going to touch on. So 3 separate suits against the ATF and the DOJ, all around the infringement of our rights through telling us what we can and cannot sell on our own property. Now, before we get into that, understand, we have been saying on this channel for 3 and almost 4 years now, we're going to win this. We're going to pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. It's going to take time. It's going to take grit. It's going to take the fight. I know you guys have it, and we're seeing it. For example, the ghost gun regulations, that just got accepted by the Supreme Court. The pistol brace ruling, that got stuffed. You've got the Chevron deference, which has already been heard by the Supreme Court. They're now taking the AR bans and mag bans in conference to decide if that's going to be there. We are making moves against the overreaching bureaucratic state that the left is deploying against us to brutal effect. Stay the course. We will win this because we have the Constitution and the balls on our side, to be quite honest. Now, let me show you what's going on, because oorah, let me hear you in the comments on that one, because I know you guys are with me. Check this out. Here are the states in question. This was filed May 1st. So far, I'm not going to read all the states, but you can see them right there. This is the actual lawsuit copy that was filed as West Virginia joined on to this lawsuit. So you can see right there, 21 states, and you can check if your state's on there, because I'm just going to leave it up on the screen for a second. It was filed on May 1st of 2024. Okay, I'm going to move right beyond that because you had your chance. You can always pause it. There's the defendants: Merrick Garland, Stephen Dettelbach, DOJ and ATF, and then the Department of the ATF itself. So they're not pulling any punches. They're going after directly the people who have been infringed upon our rights. The redefinition of terms, something that we've said on this channel has been their modus operandi since Biden didn't have Congress to ban ARs. We've been talking about a lot of these things. We've been going through this together over the past several years. When you're at HR 1808, where they tried to ban assault weapons, we talked about they didn't have it. They came through with the HR 4, HR 8, I believe, is the other one. They were always trying to do these things which they couldn't get through Congress, so they shifted to the executive bureaucratic branch. We've been on this like bloodhounds. That's why we're all about this fight. Now, let me show you some of the things that they've been saying, because we are going to win this bad boy. It's just going to take time. Check it out. This is from 21 states. And Congress has affirmed that aim time and again through clear statutory text of express statements of purpose. Yet defendants, Attorney General Merrick Garland and Director of the ATF, Stephen Dettelbach, claim that Congress gave the authority to regulate far more broadly. Under a new rule, this is the engaged in business dealer rule, the ATF claims the power to reach and regulate via extensive licensing scheme a citizen who makes a local sale of even one firearm to another individual. So they get what they're doing, and that's why I'm reading that part. They fully grasp what they're attempting to do. They're doing a power grab through selling of your own property, which is not a business decision, okay? They're taking action. Let's continue. This is where they go into the backstory here in this plaintiff and this lawsuit. For more than 40 years, the relevant federal statute has already defined who is required to become a federal firearms licensee. Yet defendants seized on a recent minor change in that statute and effectively rewrote the entire definition. Until now, only those who repetitively purchased and sold firearms as a regular course of business had to become a licensee. But through the final rule, defendants will now presume that anyone who sells or resells or even one firearm with the intent to profit, no matter how little, combined with other nebulously defined evidence, is a firearms dealer who must become a licensee. This would put innocent firearm sales between law-abiding friends and family members within the reach of federal regulation. Very well said. Because that's exactly what they're attempting to do. They're attempting to stop any and all transfers through redefining a transfer of a firearm where you might make $1 as a federal licensee requirement. That's unconstitutional. We've said that time and time again. 23 states are now on board, and I bet you more are going to jump on too as this picks up a little more steam because it's only a day old. Defendants, and the defendants in this case would be the ATF and the DOJ, so Merrick Garland and Stephen Dettelbach. Defendants' claim of authority to implement this scheme dramatically upends both our constitutional traditions and the federal firearm licensing regime Congress designed. Not only does the final rule go beyond the defendant's statutory authority, but it also contradicts the applicable statutory language. The final rule is therefore unlawful and the court should set it aside. They're going for the jugular on this one, and they should. But again, put this in context of what we've seen with all the other different rules and all the attempted executive bureaucratic overreaches that they've done. Ghost guns going to be heard. AR bans might be heard. Depends if they want to or not. Mag bans, same thing. The pistol brace rule pretty much got stuffed. The bump stock bans are up in the air. I mean, literally, guys, they are going ham sandwich at a rate they have never gone before on the Supreme Court level for gun rights. They usually try to avoid it. They picked up like 5 or 6 different court actions over the past 2 years. This is a really big deal. But now, let me show you what's happening in Texas, because I've only shown you the first 21. Paxton and Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach announced on Wednesday that they are suing the Bureau of the ATF at a press conference. We will not let Biden continue the tyrannical abuse of power, he said. His war on the Second Amendment rights must be stopped. So actually, excuse me, I've got to actually say 24 states because Kansas jumped onto the Texas one. So now you got 24 states. That's almost half. Sorry about the miscalculation of math. And this is Florida. Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody on Wednesday filed a federal lawsuit challenging a new Biden administration rule that will require gun sellers to be licensed and run background checks on buyers. Moody's office filed the lawsuit in Tampa, alleging the Biden administration overstepped its legal authority. Moody said in a prepared statement that the rule would force thousands of law-abiding gun owners to register as federal firearm dealers and navigate a federal bureaucracy. Yep. So, my bad. Throw Kansas in there too. Now we got 24 states. So 24 states are signing on to 3 different lawsuits in total, suing the ATF and the DOJ for the rule that they just promulgated through the ATF around who is and who is not a dealer in the gun world. We are going to win this bad boy because we're not alone. Steam is gaining. We are picking up momentum, and that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.